really matter.
Flowing or flowing?
Yeah. Just move it over. Well, I don't want to do it down there. There's cameras everywhere. There. Yeah.
So you're live now?
Yep. Okay. How are you? Good morning. Did everybody sign their name and put it into our bin? Oh, come on up. Get your name in.
Just make sure not to.
Bev. How's that one?
It's all the buttons.
How's your hearts coming?
They're coming great. So I've been holding this. I just stand here and I've been doing them. I just wanted to show you because I decided I'm going to interdisperse some of these with the hearts on the quilt because I thought they were really cute and tiny.
Yeah, why not? Because the only difference is
Hello?
the
Yeah.
come down to here. Sorry, can't you hear me?
I can hear you.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah, she's not going to do this. So my demo last time, I was talking about these gratitude hearts that I'm doing. And they're pretty small, but every day I do a couple of them. And they're all hand applique and, English paper piece and then appliqued on. And they're really cute. Well, Pat.
I think Tammy needs to teach a class on how to get stuff done.
Oh.
Right? Yeah, I say this to you all the time.
I know.
You get things done. You're so prolific. You
Oh.
get stuff right. So a class would be. You need to teach a class. That should be the
Teach
next
a class
demo.
on, okay.
Yep. Like how
A demo.
to get
I'm up to 15 hours of sleep. What do I do in the rest?
Yeah.
I do my housework and what have you. Don't have much time to quilt anymore.
Oh.
But you walk around with stuff in your hand, so something
Yeah.
a little bit at a time.
I have to admit, I don't go anywhere without something in my hand. If I'm in the car, well, as long as I'm not driving, but
She's the driver.
yeah. I could do it with one knee, and still. Anyways, welcome. So happy to have everybody coming for demo days again and our show and share. It is really, really exciting, and you guys are in for a really fun, exciting treat today with Tina. Woo! Yes.
Yeah, so I'm pretty
Tina's
new
our
to this-
superstar.
Superstar. I'm pretty new to the store. I've only been here for about a year and a half, I guess. I started quilting not long ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, but I've sewn all my life. So I've always made clothes and doll clothes, and I've always sewn. I have a daughter who's in fashion school, so there's always somebody running a sewing machine in my house. I have one daughter who, sewing is she will not touch a sewing machine, and then the other who's obsessed. So there's always a sewing machine running in our house, or there's a stack of something by the TV that somebody's working on, cutting or sewing or whatever. So house of craft
Your life like
keeps us out of his hair.
Yeah.
He loves it. He doesn't. He's got his own thing too. We all have hobbies. So today we're gonna just a little housekeeping. If you haven't been here before, welcome to the store. We have new owners at the store. We're very excited that we can continue to keep doing these classes. Noreen and Dawn are our new store owners. Noreen's been here for years. So the washroom is just outside the door there.
Yep.
And should you need like a first aid kit, there's one in the bathroom. So there you go.
Don't bleed on the
emergency exit is
fabric.
here.
Yeah.
And if you have,
Put your name and put it on.
Tammy has a little, we're going to do a draw, so throw your name in the bin there if you haven't done it already. So today I thought I'd talk about my new I get obsessed with things. You know, I started quilting and then became obsessed with fabric. Well, I've always had fabric, but then I became obsessed with quilting. So then the next thing is Adidas Sitar makes these beachcomber jackets from a sweatshirt. So I thought, oh, I'll try one of those because they look easy. They're very easy. They're time consuming because you get lost in, you know, I'll just show you. This is one of the ones. This is the first one I made from a sweatshirt. So I did a class, a beginner class, quilting class. So this is using up almost all of my samples for my class. You can see, like, I used scraps. You can even see the selvage edge in here in this one, because it was just using kind of my little odds and sods and came up with this. It's got lots of sawtooth stars and just some, like, a 9 patch. And
Show the back, because it's beautiful. Oh, wow. Look at that. Isn't that... So these are basically all your step-out pieces then, from what you were from teaching.
Yes, this is all my little scraps. And so I made that one. And then I was in a class where I like to just get things done. I just get it done, because if it sits, I don't finish it. I get sidetracked and start a new project. So I worked on this quilt in my class, but I didn't do what the class was doing. I just wanted to finish it, because this is just it ends up being a Irish chain, but it was supposed to have an alternating block of something else, and I never did the something else, so I just threw this together, and then I'm like, I don't even love it. So I decided I'd turn it into a jacket instead. So I made it into a jacket. So this was this, but you can see it's not exactly that. I mean, you can still see some of my pieces in here where I cut the, so I took this and cut it into pieces, which I'm going to show you how to do, and made, so this is not exactly the same thing. Oh, that's a wonky pin. So it's kind of that, with some other little bits sewn in, little bits sewn in here, and little bits sewn in here,
and then this applique, this raw edge applique, which just takes it to a totally different level by doing by adding that on.
Surprised you haven't embroidered a piece of it.
Not
Talk
yet.
about that soon.
So that's that's a whole piece. Somewhere there's, like, you can see my scraps.
Oh, here.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, just cut out something and.
So basically, fussy cut a piece that you like, and then now you used soft fuse.
Soft fuse.
So soft fuse on there, and then she just raw edged around it, and look at that. It just adds so much.
So that's a white sweatshirt you use?
So I started out with, so you could get a sweatshirt from just like the Value Village, get a sweatshirt from there. Or I bought this on Amazon. I've also bought them through a stack of them for something else. Michael sells them, but they're an extra size up. So you go one size up, and what you want, because you're going to end up cutting this whole thing apart, you want long sleeves, because my last one, these last ones, the sleeves weren't past my wrist. They were just, the cuff was right here, so they ends up a little bit shorter, because you end up cutting, you're going to cut the whole neck out, you're going to cut the sleeve and the shoulders out, like entirely, and you cut the cuffs off. So when you have to hack up the whole thing.
You want it bigger.
Yeah, you want it. Yeah, you want it bigger, because you're actually going to end up. You actually just hack right into it. That's the one.
That's one. Okay.
So you're going to just, like, really just hack it. Where's my scissors?
I took them away because I was afraid you were going to cut one of my quilts.
We were doing this yesterday, and I was pointing out that how cool would that be as a jacket? That So,
Pretty cool.
Yeah, well,
well, not that one, but you're just cutting out this. You're cutting out this, like the shoulder. They're stay stitched on either side of the seam, so you're cutting that stay stitching. You're just cutting it. It doesn't have to be perfect because you're going to end up sewing this back together again. But you're cutting all of this away.
so it's really rough cutting. You don't have to be
It doesn't have to be perfect. No,
careful or.
you're cutting the seam
Okay,
down
hold
the.
on, I'll hold this for you. We did that yesterday.
Do not on the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do. You don't even need a rotary cutter, but you're going to cut. So I'm cutting down the seam. Then I'm going to cut that extra bit off.
Yeah.
So I'm really cutting the whole thing apart so that I end up with the sleeve.
Right here.
Thank you. Just a sleeve. It's like a.
Yeah.
So that's all it is. That's the sweatshirt all cut apart. So you can see you're losing all your seam allowances. So, and I only sew this back together with a 1/4 inch seam, and then I serge it. But so there's your. So the inside of the jacket is the inside of the sweatshirt. If you want, you could also line the whole thing, which
Some
I.
people use the outside of the sweatshirt.
Yeah, you could do that
because
too.
It has a nicer nap and finish to it.
I like the fuzzy bit, but you can, yeah, you absolutely can use either side. You can line it. So you're taking this piece, and then you're just taking whatever blocks you have. I think I'll just show. Where's my other one?
If your sleeves are too short, you can also take the top that you cut off and put it back on.
It can. The other
Yeah.
thing that we had talked about, actually, Bev, was, and I think on one of those you put fabric on the inside.
Yeah, this one. This one I did that.
No, the
Oh,
on
this
the
one?
on the sleeve.
Oh, and sleeve.
Because this I thought was really cute. Adding that little bit, you can turn that cuff up and make it like a, I don't know, just, yeah, 3/4 length so that it's not quite, yeah.
So that's just
Oh, that's nice.
that's just that much. So the inside's nothing. I've just serged it, but I put the. So what you do is I'm looking for a particular piece here.
Which one? Huh?
Just this one.
Oh.
So when you're doing, this is actually the back, but this is going to go on the front. You're really just taking a block that you've got, and you're just going to keep layering pieces on top. So you're going back and forth to your sewing machine, building it out until you get it. Okay, I'm not doing this fabric, but you want to just, so if this is a block, I'm going to add to the side. Then I need
Almost like
little
a
on the
quilt as you go.
yeah, totally.
If you
quilt
think
as you
about
go.
it, you know.
So that you can cover this whole sleeve piece, and then you quilt it like a normally. You could sandwich it with a lining if you wanted, or just use this and the sweatshirt, quilt it, and then it ends up as a quilted piece here.
Do you
Or
quilt
sleeve.
it before you trim it to the sleeves shape?
I did, yeah, because it's gonna change a little bit. So if you cut it out first, it does shrink a smidgen. Yeah, so take the thing to your machine, quilt it all however you want. So you're back and forth to your machine. You just keep building and building. Depends on what you do. You could use, like, this was one that I did. I was thinking, I did this as a leader and ender, kind of sitting at my machine. I just did this little guy. And I don't think I'll use that as anything, but that would make a good, yeah, that would make a cute jacket. Like
Right.
that would be, you use that as the back, or you can turn it on its
On
edge.
point.
Yeah.
Or, you know, you see these this edge piece that for the back of a jacket, and you know, have that as the border on the bottom. I mean, how cute would that look? Right? Yeah, it would be really sweet.
So from start to finish, you're going to take your, yeah, they're 1.5.
Yeah, they started 1.5 back.
So you start with your sweatshirt, cut out the neck, cut all the bits out, and then you're left with kind of a body like this.
Over
Put them
here.
all over the place. you end up with this as your. So
Do you want to lay this out up here?
I think so.
Yeah. That might help for them to see how it looks.
So you end up with this.
Mm-hmm.
But what you let's pull this down.
Just got one.
So it is one big piece. That's your back.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
so and then I folded it in half and found the center. But you don't have to make it down the center. You could have it off to the side, cut it off to the side, and you're going to mark it, and you're just going to cut it. And I also marked my side seams because when I put this back together again, you actually want to cut your side pieces because when you put it back together again, you're going to start with the shoulder seams. So you could do this whole thing like this.
As one whole piece?
As one whole piece, but it's very hard now that you've got that. So that's kind of how it all lays out. And then you take all your pieces and lay them on top and quilt the whole thing. But to put it back together again, it's hard to get your shoulder inset properly. So it's easier to cut it here and work as 3 separate pieces.
Yeah, I would think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that would be cute as a man's vest as well.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you wouldn't have to put sleeves back.
Sleeves is the pockets on the front.
Mm-hmm.
Then you could do, I made my husband a fishing quilt.
Oh, did you?
So, but I never finished it because it was like I only thought he'd take it fishing with him and sit on it in the boat, and then I thought, he'd never wear it as a jacket, but he could wear it as a vest. So
Couple of pockets in it.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
so
That's different. with
It's a
the half
cute one.
stars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a cute one, isn't it?
yeah, they're
I
just
like it.
little.
Going to where the fish should be.
Yeah, they've got little bear claws in here.
Right.
So you could go you could take anything. There's one. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
There's one of poor Leanne. I
Oh.
pulled out hers yesterday.
Yeah.
People were mortified because she's got a drawer full of samples and things. But
I
can you
told on
imagine?
her too.
Yeah, she did.
I did. I was like, Leanne, look what's happening here.
She's cutting up your quilts. You should get in here. Save your quilts from Tina.
I'll be wearing it next week.
So this
Think
would
about
be
that as a back.
as a back.
Like that would just be spectacular.
Oops.
I mean, I myself have got a lot of orphan blocks
Yeah.
that
I do too.
when I have started something, quite often I will make an orphan block just to get my head around what I'm doing. And then I have them just piled up. And what am I going to do with all of these
Yeah.
blocks? So, I think that's something that you can look at and you can always, add to it.
Yeah. Like this one would be amazing for sure.
Yeah.
When you're sewing on the loose pieces that you're putting on, are you putting them face to face, sewing them down at the 1/4 inch and then flipping them? Or
Yeah.
you just, yeah.
Yeah, I'm making it so, for instance, this one, so I had a block.
Right.
So let's see, it's this half here. So I had a block, and then, I'll put this here.
So basic foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just keep taking pieces. I had another little one here, and then I just did a little 9 patch.
Okay, hold on. You're saying,
I'm asking,
yeah.
are you putting them face to face and then sewing at the 1/4 inch and then flipping them down?
No,
Or do
it's-
you just sew it right top and have it raw edge?
So, no, she's making this whole piece first, then laying it down and cutting it to fit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's not being a quilt as you go if you.
Oh,
yeah,
no, it's
that
not.
idea,
No,
yeah.
it's not. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like,
But I wonder.
Why you can't?
Well, yeah, exactly. That's a possibility,
Because when
certainly.
she laid it out there, she just put the pieces.
Yeah.
Okay, now do you flip and sew? or
Yeah.
do you-
No.
I made one about 15 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm a Christmas person.
So I made mine all in Christmas fabric, and that's what I did. It's all stripes.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh,
that's
nice.
what I did. I sewed it, flipped it, sewed
Oh,
it, flipped it.
like a
We did
string.
them with letting and
Yeah.
detach
Oh.
And I,
on
because
kinds of
it's
rag
Christmas,
ones.
I only wear it
Oh,
3
that'd be
times
fun.
a year, but I still
Yeah.
get compliments about, oh,
Mhm. Well,
So
they're so
it's
unique
popular.
to ourselves, right? They're just
Yeah.
Tina,
I've
let
always
me-
wanted to make another
Just
one.
to clarify, when
Sorry.
you cut the side, like, do you lay all the fabric on and sew it to the sweatshirt and then cut the sides, or do you cut it from the beginning and just do the two fronts separate?
I did that. This one I did separately. I cut it all apart.
Okay.
But with this one, I had the pieces, but I knew that. So for this one,
Like if you wanted it to go around.
yeah, I had that. I left this one in one piece,
Okay.
and then I kind of measured to see how much I would need to go front and back. So yeah, normally I would just cut the sides off,
Okay.
fill that whole side,
Okay.
and then. But this one I wanted to have. So this one continues around,
Yeah.
but I had to measure where that would continue. Otherwise, I would end up just chopping that off. So if that makes sense, because this is going to go around the back like this. So I just kind of had to measure to make sure that I was cutting it in the right spot, because it continues here.
It will be
Yeah,
very cute.
I thought that was. This
Yeah.
was one I just had these again orphan blocks and.
And
what
this
am I
is
gonna do
when
with
you were
that?
going to put some white
Yeah,
on top, right?
Yeah, I'm just going to do some white blocks on the top, just to fill it.
Yeah.
So you can't leave the original sweatshirt material exposed. You need to have the sweatshirt material fully covered.
Fully covered.
That's correct,
Yeah,
Wendy. Yes.
fully covered. So you do get you make this. You just keep building this until it's the right size, and then you trim it. But you have to make the pieces have to extend a little bit. Like this one has to cover fully. See, there's a little piece left here, so you have
So
to.
you would
put-
have to just add another
Add another little-
piece until it, and then you cut it afterwards.
Yeah. The binding. Okay, so this once it's all laid out and you've cut all your pieces and you've quilted each of the, because you'll have two sleeves, front, back, two fronts and a back, then you are going to put it back together again by doing the shoulder seam first, then putting in your sleeve. But then it makes it easy. Looks like a big T, and then you do your side seams. It's very simple that way. And-
So this side, just so that you can kind of get that idea, the last seam would end up being the sleeve and then all the way down the side. So that would just be one straight seam because the shoulders are sewn together first. She did
I
serge
did,
them, but you
yeah.
could overlock.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do a zigzag overlock on them. Or we just all go to Tina's house
Use my
with
serger.
when they're done and just ask her to serge them.
It's also, yeah, my serger's always set up. I do have a little sample of the.
You do?
This is how I sew too. I just lay everything out. There it is.
Okay.
So you got the whole thing put together. It's like you could just keep building stuff like this, right? You can just keep adding stuff. Whatever your little blocks are. I don't know. I just put it up there. I just threw that up there. There's another sneaky. So it just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and you know, all your little orphans can have a little home. You just keep adding to it. So
It's
Um,
so sweet.
yeah, I was
Yeah.
going to make one for my daughter, and I thought, she's never going to wear that. Anyway, so this is going to end up being mine.
I'm sure it would fit me.
Yeah. Good for you.
Well, there's
yeah.
some. I have a. It's not a quilt. It's a duvet cover that I bought years ago, but it's a patchwork duvet cover, and I was looking at it the other day, thinking this would make a cute little girl's dress or a girl's jacket. You just need to get a sweatshirt for a little kid that's one size bigger. And then it would be super cute. I mean, it was adorable. It could be anything. You could really whip something like this up so quickly for a little girl. Right? Just take one of, like, or whatever. Sorry, Leanne. I keep using hers as, she's a drawer full of them.
That's not one to yeah, that takes a long time, that one.
And poor Tammy yesterday, I said, can you imagine this as a jacket? This quilt that she made.
My Millie's dresses, and that was going to be hacked up into a jacket.
Well, there's other, did make jokes about other ones too. But,
Yes.
But it was super cute, right? Like that would be the little sleeve.
That nice
Get a
white.
pattern for
Watch your piece, honey.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know, they're kind of cute.
Yeah.
it'd be really cute.
There's a block there sort of hanging around.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's.
Like, that would be so cute. Just
It
right
probably would. You're
Even if-
right.
Even if the whole jacket was one kind of fabric, and then
Yeah.
this was one side or the
Yeah.
back, or you
Yeah.
could take jeans, old jeans, and cut them up and put them into blocks and make a jean jacket out of a sweatshirt.
Oh yeah.
You could do like this would be super cheaty.
Yeah.
You can just do that,
Yeah.
right? It's all done,
Yeah.
right? That'd be super cute. And then I love Tilda. So of course I'm making something Tilda, right? Like it doesn't even have to be, you don't have to do, I love sawtooth stars, so I'm going to do some sawtooth stars and have, there's my Tilda jacket, because I love this. This is the new, what's this
That
one called? Summer, I can't read that.
You
can't either.
This is creating memories.
Can you read that from
yeah.
there?
Tilda
the only way I'd
Summer.
be able to read it.
Yeah, creating memories. That's
Yeah,
what this
so
one is.
How
It's
pretty, right?
so sweet. I love this line.
So you just, and you don't have to think too, I haven't forgotten you, Pat, either. You can kind of do anything. You just keep building on your blocks that you already have. Just keep throwing more on there. This is nothing, and don't think too hard about it. Just keep adding your blocks. This is all the French General, so just keep adding, doesn't, like little piano key across the bottom, a little 9-patch, whatever.
So
Just,
really, if you think about it, for those of us that perhaps have some issues with overthinking, not pointing to anybody in particular.
not me. I don't overthink.
Yeah. But really, it would be very freeing to just sort of put it together and see what you come up with. I think it would be such fun. Oh,
Because
sorry.
this one, like this is totally,
Is it a class?
it's not a class, it takes forever. Because you have to, it's,
That makes me laugh.
because it's, if you start at the beginning and make all of your blocks, right? So this was from a block that like a quilt top that I'd already made. But it could take you 2 hours if you just had cheater fabric like this. You could just do like 5 big blocks if you wanted, like 9-patch. So it depends on how intricate you want it to be. You could take this, and that would be hours.
I'm telling.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
That one is.
This would be,
Yeah.
but it's
Leanne is going to be driving. She's in her car now.
She's
I just
driving.
know it. She is
Not
on her
touching
way
that one.
down here, and that is it.
But this one is just like, and it's not, I didn't think too hard about it, but I didn't want it to just be that quilt. So I stuffed in a row of stuff here. I stuff a row here. So it's not exactly, like the sleeves aren't even the same. They're different cuff length.
That's
So-
what makes it unique, too.
Yeah, just keep,
Pieces and scrap and
Yeah, I think
exactly.
so.
Just keep
Um,
throwing things on.
I can see that with a cute little pair of jeans and
Yeah.
sneakers, and
Yeah.
what a sweet outfit.
White t-shirt and jeans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a red t-shirt.
Yeah.
This
So-
is the detail I love
I like
in
that
here.
across the back. That's very nice.
Yeah. And again, though, she's just kind of free-handed this. It's just
Yeah.
stitched in and then added into the seam allowance.
Yeah.
And here, you wouldn't.
Wouldn't expect that.
Yeah, it's just that little
You
pop.
just need a label now.
Mhm.
Label.
Tina made.
Yeah.
Tina. But you could do the whole thing. You can put the whole inside could just be another. It could be lined if you wanted the whole thing. and
Yeah.
then just quilt
I
it.
think it's brilliant.
So when you do I liked a small binding on it. You could do a 2.5-inch binding if you wanted.
Find your binding
Yeah,
again.
find my. There it
Yes,
is.
there it is.
That one a 1.5 inch? or
It's
how
1 3/4. So it's 1 3/4 inch, 1/4 inch seam allowance, and then it's folded up so it's not folded in half first. You fold it up to your seam line, your stitching line, and press it, and then you turn it, so it ends up being really narrow.
It's a really nice,
Yeah,
narrow,
really narrow.
narrow
Stitch it
border.
in the ditch, or do you actually turn it back by hand?
Tammy would sew it by hand.
That was not.
Thank you.
I-
Thank you for the support, ladies. Yes.
I
That's an extra
know.
week for our class.
Yeah.
And I stitched it up, and mine were done in no time. But the neck has to be a bias binding.
Yeah, you need to have that too.
And it's super easy to cut that. You can do the whole thing bias if you want, like the whole. But I just did the neck edge. Well, maybe this one I did the whole thing bias,
Yeah.
because the bias is really easy to cut. You're basically taking a square and cut, and it doesn't have to be big because you don't need a lot of binding. You're really just doing the neck. So you're taking a square bigger than this, and then cutting it on 45. Your 1 3/4 inch strips. You sew them together, and and you don't press them in half. You just press the seams that are attaching it all together. You do your neck edge, and then the rest can be just straight. It doesn't have to be bias.
Right.
So.
Well,
it's
think about
really
a
easy.
fat quarter when you're cutting that
Pass
on
that around if you want to have a look
bias.
at
How
it's
much
very easy.
binding you actually get out of one fat quarter. Just for binding, you get a ton.
Half of a full-size quilt.
Exactly.
out of that quarter.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
You can do a
So.
scrappy binding. I think I did scrappy. Maybe I did scrappy. Somewhere I did. Oh, I think this was a scrappy. Yeah, it is scrappy-ish.
Scrappy-ish.
Because it can't be like it can't. I don't want it to be too much thought put into it. I just wanted to kind of put things together, and so this, and then a different binding, and then this. So the whole thing is.
Run home and make one now.
Do you?
Do you? Are you lying, Pat? I do too, actually. I would really like to try it.
Through it and get TikTok. I forgot all you told us.
Well, this is all on. Adidas Satar does a demo on how to make these also. Yeah, so she shows you step by step exactly how to do it. It definitely could be a class, but I think you could do anything. You could, like, if you take, like, I don't know, I'm looking around this room thinking, oh, that would be so cool as a jacket.
Yeah. Hold on to your show and share, people. Just hold on to it.
Not having my share.
Yeah.
I made the little pillow, which I think is adorable, but I never found it. I made it small. I was just gonna, I'm just gonna turn this into the back of a jacket. That'd be really cute, right?
Yeah.
Put little eyes on her and the little chicken.
Chicken.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was a chicken.
It's a little, it's a little
Yeah,
chicken.
little chicken in
It's a
there.
little girl and her chicken.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The beak, I wasn't focusing on the beak.
Yeah.
So, any questions about the procedure, did I make it clear enough?
So love the idea.
Yeah, okay. Good, awesome.
That's
Yeah, I thought it was just a fun thing to make. For sure you've got orphan blocks. For sure it's a great way to get rid of some of your scraps.
You know what, if there is, in all fairness, Tina, in all fairness, let's say there's a quilt top that you've made that you look at it and think,
Yeah, this.
I don't know if I'm going to do something with it.
Yep.
That's sacrilegious. Throw it out. My God. You could take something and actually make one of these jackets. And maybe you've got to add to it. Maybe you're going to add a little bit to it. Like Tina did with this one.
Yeah, I was never going to do anything with that. That was
Yeah.
boring to me, so I made this. I'd rather wear that and throw that in a cupboard and never use
Exactly.
it.
So.
And it's easy to quilt because the pieces are so small. So you can just you can do straight lines, you can do something, anything free. It's a great way to practice free motion.
Yeah.
Because you don't know that I made a million mistakes on that.
No.
You
No.
can't tell. Even when I look for them now, like, oh yeah, what was the one where I went around and around in circles? It's like, because you kind of lost at some point, and you're making whatever pattern, and then you go around in circles and wait a minute, wait a minute, that was because you get lost in your free motion.
So one of the ladies yesterday brought in a vintage quilt jacket. So what it was is an actual old quilt.
Yeah.
It was gorgeous. There was a lot of like cross stitch actually done on it, like some embroidery. Beautiful. And it was made into a jacket. Now I know there are a couple of different camps on this. You know, those of us who say you never chop up an old quilt. Other ones are, well, I don't, like as Tina said, what am I going to do? Just leave it in a closet?
Yeah.
There's another one. Yeah. So, you know, you find a beautiful old quilt, but a quarter of a piece on the bottom has been torn or yellowed or, you know, beyond repair. Great, exactly.
Cut and retouch and
yeah.
recycling. What's wrong with that?
Exactly. That's right. So, really and truly, you could, if you had something, make it out of a vintage. And it's very popular.
And it's very easy.
Popular.
Because this is I took the sweatshirt pieces I'd cut up and traced them. So this is, if you did have an old tablecloth or an old quilt or something, it's an easy pattern. You don't have to have the sweatshirt. You can just take the quilted
yeah.
the quilt
yeah.
and cut it to the same.
Mm-hmm. You think about how warm that would be. I mean, that'd be pretty nice. Yeah. Yeah. The other thing that we had noticed on this one particular jacket is the way that it had been cut. They actually ended up putting a button placket down the front and added buttons. Mm-hmm. So which then got us yesterday talking about, well, what can we do with this style? You know, yep.
And put them on.
And right? There's so many things. Offset would be so cool. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Cut
down
that.
Here.
Yeah. Instead of having it just up the middle, cut it offset, and you could have something really, really neat.
Yes.
It does actually.
It's okay. Add another one.
Is she seeing me?
I'll make another one.
Yeah. But so the options are really endless.
Yeah.
I think that, you know, once you get started, as Tina has said, she's now kind of obsessed with making them.
Yeah.
There are so many things that you can do.
I have two at home that are just sitting all in pieces, and they're just they could take a couple hours, or they could take 50 hours. It's whatever you want to put into it. Especially if you have pieces already done, just keep building on it. They don't have to go together. You know how all these little, like this, none of these fabrics are part of a, I mean, it just all kind of comes together eventually, right? Mm-hmm. They're small enough. You could do anything. Just keep adding fabric, and yeah, it's lots of fun. Try it. Because it really is one of those, there's no pattern. You could buy the pattern.
One would take days. It's got all those little pieces.
This was all
But
leaders
it's
and enders.
leaders and enders.
This was leaders and enders.
Yeah.
So
Years.
So if you're not familiar with leaders and enders, it's when you first start sewing, you want a little scrap of fabric under your needle. Otherwise it gets a little nest, right? A little bird's nest. So to stop that, you have a little sample piece. You shove that through, and then you just continue sewing your piece. So leaders and enders are, beside my sewing machine, I have two bins of, one is white and one is colors of one, well, this was 1.5 or 2.5. Oh, I missed that seam. There's a little hole there.
Oh.
Oh, wow. I'll quilt it down.
Yeah.
I'll quilt it down when I'm sewing it. So you just, as you're finishing your quilt blocks, so I've sewn this, and instead of cutting my thread, I just throw in a little 1.5 or 2.5 inch white and color together, stitch it, and then I can snip my piece off that I want to go in iron. And then I can shove more leaders and enders under there, because it starts or it finishes what I'm actually working on.
Yeah.
And it's very different from what I'm working on. Usually it's white and a color or black and a color or whatever it is. And
The Scrappiness is Happiness book from Lori Holt, her cover book was cover quilt
show it. It's right
was
here.
it was an Irish chain, and I did it as Leaders and Enders, which was almost a king size quilt, while I was making the Fair Isle. If you guys remember the big Fair Isle, that was Leanne had a beautiful green and kind of plums. I had the blue and the cream and green in mine. So I created this entire quilt while making my Fair Isle because there was so many pieces. So it's amazing how fast you can actually.
Yeah, because
It builds up.
I made this one as a Leaders and Enders, and it's 2.5 inch squares, and this is all. It's just scraps. It's just 2.5 inch pieces put together with other 2.5 inch colored pieces. This one is actually a free pattern on Lori Holt's website. It's very easy. I love making
this is
one.
a fun one.
I've made it a few times.
Yeah.
It's very, very easy, especially as Leaders and Enders. It is a great Leaders and Enders quilt.
Yeah.
This one and this one. They're very good Leaders and Enders.
Yeah.
Somewhere with a sewing machine
And a good generator.
No
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Get a good generator and a fridge full of good snacks and food, and imagine what we can accomplish. Yeah, a lot. It would. So we do have I want to kind of segue into this because what Tina is showing us in the summertime, we don't always want to make a big quilt. We don't have time. We're outside. We're in the garden. We're enjoying the good weather because it's for such a short period of time we get it. We've started carrying these books, and they're called Annie's Sewing. They are, price point, they're amazing. You get a ton of different little projects in them. Gifty projects. This one is a fall one, weekend quilts. This one is really sweet. All kinds of little different baskets. Right down here in this corner, these are for covered casserole dishes. So sweet. We all have a stash. Maybe. Yeah, well, stop it, Pat. You do. I have talked to your daughter. She's told me. Yeah. But all of these things could be made, and like I say, it satisfies our need to sew a little bit, but we're not committing to a giant quilt in the middle of summer when sometimes we have other commitments and things that we want to do. So we've got a few of these books here. They're really good if you want to have a look at them. Sure. I want to show this little guy, our Marilyn, so brilliant. This is in one of these books. I can't remember, Tina, which one it is. I'll pass these around.
Yeah, it's one of those books.
But this goes on your armchair.
Oh, that'd be good.
Isn't that clever?
If I drop the remote on the hardwood floor one more time,
Oh,
I'm going to be history.
Yeah, they're going to get in trouble, eh?
Really big noise.
But think about your pins can go in here, your scissors, anything you're working on, remote, Pat, whatever. So, but this is the idea of the really cool little things that are in those books. I want to give a little shout out to our Anna Green Gables. Don't know if some of you have seen the that we're carrying it. Looks like my bin got ravaged here.
Yeah.
I had more in here, but
I'll go get another N.
I've got some jelly rolls and some charm packs, and we did have some bundles, but
I've got one here. I haven't paid for it yet.
oh, there you go. Yep, we've got. I did have some tea towels in it. If you have a friend that, or you yourself, really like the Anna Green Gables, but don't want a whole lot, I did
you do have that one.
Yeah. And we even included the covered button in these ones. So they're kind of fun.
Oh, Pat found it.
And, there it is. Yeah, good job, Pat. Tea cozy, done up. Isn't that sweet? Yeah, in the Anna Green Gables. So that's a lot of fun. And the last thing that I want to talk about is V-Block Day. Who here has the V-Block ruler? See? Yeah. Okay. So, this is called the Triangulum Quilt. And Quilters Cupboard is hosting this event. It is a Saturday, July 27th. Leanne will be here to support us all through this process. So Deb Tucker is doing a Zoom class whereby when you sign up, that becomes you get access to that, and she'll basically be going over it. And this is the quilt that you will be doing. These are charity quilts that they are. I guess Deb Tucker is working with an organization benefiting children in need, and quilts are being donated. You don't have to. You don't have to donate your quilt, but you can if you want to. And it would be contacting through to Deb Tucker to do that donation. Anyways, the class is $30, well, $29 plus tax. It is a full day, so you do the Zoom meeting sort of in the morning, and then the rest of the day, Leanne will be here buzzing about you to help you along to create this really fun quilt. So you have your V-block ruler that you might not use a lot, don't know what you want to do with it.
Donate the quilt when you're done?
Yes, you do.
If you want.
If you would like, yes, you don't have to.
Okay.
Make it into a gym.
I'm sure gonna hear.
There you go. For sure. I do that.
Well done, yes. Anyways, because sometimes we get these rulers and we don't always know.
Tell you Land's watching, so you
Oh,
better talk good, talk
yeah.
nice about it.
I tried. Yeah. Hi, Leanne. Yeah, look
Cutting
what
this
she
up.
has. Yeah. I think this would be a really fun kind of a day. Getting to do that kind of a Zoom meeting idea, but also having the benefit and the expertise of Leanne here to support us through it would be great. So, do you want to have a look? No, that's okay. You can hold on to that. It's kind of a cute quilt. It's a little different. So, anyways, can we get started on show and share? I'm sorry, we got a little long-winded today.
Well,
that's
sorry,
okay.
that's me.
So let's get. I think
to
we're going
go?
to start here. I'll take your pieces and hold them up for you. Okay. The small one will go first. Look at the backing on this. How adorable.
Oh,
look.
Oh, the bats.
It's not bound yet.
That's okay.
But it's that
Oh.
was a free pattern on Fat Quarter Shop.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Bats and Booze.
Bats and Booze, yes.
Oh,
Yeah, that was
oh,
Free
look at the
pattern
quilting.
on Fat Quarter Shop. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
See the pumpkins?
And,
Bats and Booze on, yeah.
yeah. So there's no boo in it.
Yeah.
There's just bats.
Look at the bats.
Oh,
here.
it's gorgeous.
The pumpkin
Bats and
quilting.
pumpkins, but it was called Bats and
Quilt it yourself?
No, Len Adams quilted it. He's a really good quilter, long arm quilter.
I love the, yeah, you can see the pumpkins
Yeah,
in
it's
here.
beautiful.
It's gorgeous. The this gray balancing with this orange, nice touch.
Yeah.
Really nice touch.
Great.
I like that.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
It's adorable.
I bought some of the fabrics here.
I recognize some of them. Yes.
Not all.
Okay.
This one was our mystery block of the month at Guild.
Okay.
And it's a sitar pattern.
Oh, okay.
Called California.
Uh-huh. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
You showed this at Guild, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
It's not bound
Here we
yet.
go. Okay. I'll take this one
Wow.
for you. There, so you can tell us about
Very nice.
So it's
spectacular. Yep.
I usually don't like mystery quilts because I mess up the color selection. So this time I started with a fat quarter bundle, so that helped a lot.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I added
see
to it a bit.
We've got some forever in here, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see laundry basket as well.
Yeah, laundry
Yeah.
basket here.
That's gorgeous.
So
amazing.
that was fun. Both these quilts, I use my Tucker rulers. Leanne taught us how to interpret patterns.
Don't hold that up yet. I saw it on the camera in there, and I'm like, hello.
Isn't that gorgeous? Yeah.
That is
Oh, thanks, Tammy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I used my Tucker rulers, like Leanne taught us well on how to interpret patterns.
Oh, look at the back too.
Yeah. The back is spectacular.
And
Here, let me
quilted
turn-
this
let
one
me-
as
oh,
well
here.
for me.
Okay.
I like to make quilts. I don't like to quilt.
It's okay.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, there isn't.
Yeah.
No.
So, and I really like that.
Gorgeous. That pattern is beautiful.
Color pattern.
Oh.
Did a great job. on it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
nice.
just gorgeous. Well done. Well done. That's amazing.
Yeah, and thanks, Leanne.
Yes.
Because it helped make that quilt
It
come
did.
together.
This is the one that was done. Wasn't this during the It's a laundry basket. Yeah, it was one of the mysteries. I did it too.
Yeah.
And I used an old Tilda bundle I had
Yes.
that I made it.
Yeah.
I made it for one of my granddaughters. And I did the same thing, but I was, it was very difficult because you didn't know what the pattern was. And she was using all blues. Wasn't hers Perfect Union?
I was
That she.
do one in perfect.
I did do one in Perfect Union, but it wasn't the California, I don't think. No. Yeah. So, gorgeous.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Coming down the line. Bev, what do you got for us, my dear? Okay.
It was on the bench that she tried to leave in the car and we didn't let her.
Thank you. Oh my gosh.
Oh, look at that.
Oh my word.
Oh, wow.
Holy cow.
Okay.
Wait, hold on, guys.
Hold on.
You got it sideways.
Oh,
The bow's at the top.
there we go. Oh, look at.
Wow.
You know, I don't know how many times I looked at that pattern and didn't realize that was a bow.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it amazing when you take that perspective away?
Okay, now.
Yeah.
we'll swatch
Okay, you
places.
ready?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on, guys.
Oh, that's the cheater.
Cheater print. Isn't that incredible?
That's the cheater.
Yeah, wow.
You don't know what you're supposed to do with that. Yeah, we did, I think. I think we had both of them.
Yeah.
Because she had 2 cheater prints with that line.
Isn't that amazing? That is spectacular. It's just gorgeous.
Nicely done.
Oh, yeah.
Just hold it up for a second. The first part of that, it looks like she had to match it and sew it, or is that just the way it was sewn?
Where?
The first square when you come down where the bow would be on the other side, you know, like that. It looks
Somewhere in
like
here?
Up a little, yeah, right there. Is that just sewn that way, or is it?
Nope, no
No.
seam.
No, it's a whole cheater print.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's right here.
Fabric.
This is the
Yeah.
seam here.
It
Yeah.
wasn't wide.
No, it's
No.
not. It's right here though, I think.
No, there is a seam, but it's amazing. You don't see it because Bev is. Yeah. No, she did a beautiful job of piecing this together. Holy cow. Wow. Spectacular.
Nice.
No, it's not. I'm surprised. It's not Lori Holt, my dear. What's happening?
I got a few of those.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. What else you got in your bag? Anything? Oh, okay. Fair enough. Pat, what have you got to show us? Good.
This is called Jewels of the Trade.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Oh, look at the colors on
Okay,
this.
so
Here.
let's swap places. Oops, we'll
You
just do
go
it.
ahead. Yep.
Wow. Love.
See, now that I'm gonna just take that home.
Yeah, this is you,
Your
isn't
colors.
it?
And it's not any color that I would normally pick out
Yeah.
for a quilt.
There's something. There's
Yeah.
something that
I'm
just.
like, okay, that's mine.
This. I
Yeah.
love this.
Oh.
And the quilting's so fun.
Okay. Pat, use the V block.
And the corner beam.
And the corner beam. Yeah, there's lots in here.
But this is what I made out of the leftovers.
Oh my!
Oh,
Oh, it warms my heart. They're tiny.
Oh, that is.
Well done. That's incredible.
But I had a lot of little pieces left over, so I
Mhm.
that's beautiful.
Is that the same ruler idea that you were using?
Well, those
Yeah,
pieces
just
left over.
yeah.
From when I finished, I still have the ones
From
more.
the corner.
Do you?
Like that.
And did you just whip that up, or was there a pattern for that?
No, there's no pattern.
You just whipped
So
it
you
up?
just took your small pieces and put it together. So smart.
I'm working on one at home now that has no pattern. And
Oh.
this is my granny square.
Oh,
It's lovely, Pat.
okay.
This was done from scraps except for the cream.
Dun, da, da, da.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I love it.
Oh, and how you balance this,
Yeah.
the
And
color.
those were scraps except for the cream. And
Yeah.
I had it all nicely cut out in the cream and then reread the pattern. It said you need 3.5-inch squares, and I had cut out 242.5-inch squares.
Oh.
So it was a little tick.
Mhm.
How big is that? I don't know because I bastardized the pattern.
As we do.
60 inches.
Yeah.
65.
Yeah.
It called for another whole row, and I thought it was big enough.
See?
Did you call
A little over 65. Yeah, I would say. Yeah, 66, 67 wide. Yeah.
I like your border.
Blues are different for you,
Yeah, they're right out of my box.
right? Yeah, that's not something that I see you normally.
I think the older you get, you kind of change colors.
That's okay.
Karen says I'm in my blue period.
Well,
I
also,
like the binding on
I was just going to say, I really would like to point out the binding.
Yeah.
See how when you look at a line of fabric and you see that stripe in it and you think, I hate working with a stripe. I can never keep it straight. That's fine. Don't worry about it. Pop it on a binding and it looks spectacular.
Yeah.
So, yeah, never shy away from that.
Binding, flange, small cornerstones.
Yep.
All
Those
little
all
spots
have a
are great.
wonderful place in a quilt.
It's gorgeous.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Bev, what have you got for us?
Okay. Just a whole bag
A
full.
bag.
Well, there's not that many.
Your shoulder okay?
I always love to show the bag because this is my favorite bag. It's just,
I wanted on a Saturday morning. That was
look at
one
the
of
side.
the
Isn't that the
I
cutest?
made it into a bag by the next time I came back.
Yeah.
Just like one of those fabric
Yeah.
rolls.
Yeah. And I had the bag made.
Oh, it is a full bag.
Yeah. Lots of goodies. Oh, beautiful.
That's the center. I got it that far, and I made the next row that were all flying geese, and I went to put them on, and they were backwards.
Oh,
I had to, yeah.
yeah.
So I just said, that's as
It's
far as it goes.
gorgeous.
All like that.
I know I could have put them around, but I just.
Look at the details in the sunflowers, if you will. Look at the details so that it pops. It almost has that beautiful 3D effect in it.
That's the stuff that you heat, and it shrinks.
And oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you
Yeah,
heat it,
yeah.
and then you heat it, and then it goes.
Yeah.
What's your fussy cutting?
Hmm. That's wonderful.
It's a rose, I think.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, I think it's getting heavy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all hand, all machine application.
Machine applique.
This one's all hand,
Yeah.
Wow.
Look at this one.
and it was.
Oh.
Where did the ribbon
Oh.
go? Where's the ribbon? Must be in the bag.
Okay.
It was Judge's
Thank you.
choice.
Was
Oh,
it?
the bell.
Okay.
Sunderland Fair last year.
Ooh.
It's
lovely.
They're almost as good as being championship.
Let me get the ribbon because she has.
It's in there.
That was at the Sunderland Fair.
Yeah, it's a great big purple ribbon.
Oh, that's not a ribbon. That's a rosette, my dear. That's something to be seen.
I was as proud of that as I was having a championship.
Yeah.
Judge's choice always means. So
That's Yes, it certainly
Yes.
does.
Absolutely.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
it does. Gorgeous work. Oh,
But it's all
this hand
and
quilted.
Yeah.
This border is
Back.
just so sweet.
Yeah.
Wow, I'll take that.
How long did it take you to quit that? A year?
Wow.
Just beside my chair. It was just sat beside my chair, and when I sit down, I would do a little bit more.
Yeah.
On a hand boot?
No, I didn't use a hoop. I just did it.
her stitching.
Yes, just
Just did
it's
it
just
the way it
gorgeous.
I can't see that anymore.
There's
in
just
there.
something
Okay.
about the feel of it, you know.
Holy mackerel.
Now this was a class
stitching is
layout.
beautiful.
Okay, it's sideways, guys. There you go.
There.
And I've had the pattern
Wow.
and fabric for about
Wow.
15 years, and I came up with this. Leanne was doing a Studio 181 that you could do whatever quilt you wanted, but she would help you with whatever ruler. And I got corner pop ruler, so that's what I did with was all the corner pops.
We have to love a corner pop. That ruler
And I love the
is.
blocks worked in.
I got all the rules.
It was a lot of piecing and fiddling, and
I'm gonna
But they
say,
work.
I bet
Yeah,
you
it's-
this was
yeah.
chosen,
They work.
but-
it was hard at the corners because you had to, and it had to
Yeah.
be
When I
2
taught that
inches, so
class
there's blocks
for that
in
quilt,
each side
Yeah.
that
I
are a
completely
diamond,
tuckerized it.
not a full size. You gotta look for
So
them. There's one in
it
each
changes
side.
it. It makes it so
And
much
they're actually
easier.
a diamond. I think you've got it, Tammy, right where your right hand is.
Yeah, they're gorgeous.
Your right hand, over a little bit.
In the corner.
Sorry.
Oh, I see,
No,
yeah.
in the middle, sorry, it's over the middle, about where the one picture is. See the diamond?
Oh, yeah.
So I
Oh,
had to,
Oh, okay.
I had to
Wow.
put a 2-inch piece in to make it work the rest of the way around the corner.
Ah.
Well, that was a little.
And then the other one's down here.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
Right there too.
No, that's kind of cute.
But I did Tammy's class, that one on the wall that I brought last month, and this one at the same time in 4 weeks.
Holy moly.
That's a lot, Bev, because this one,
Yeah.
this was a fun. It wasn't difficult,
No, but there was
It's just
a
but
a
lot.
lot
it
of
was a
sewing.
lot of
Yeah.
sewing. You had to really, yeah,
Yeah.
sewing and organization to keep it all straight.
Yeah.
So, do we have anybody? Oh yeah, we do.
Not
No.
Don't ever feel that way.
Oh, look how cute that is.
Oh, that's so
I didn't
sweet.
get home yet, so I grabbed it on my way out the door.
Perfect.
Cute.
That's adorable. Now, who's it going to? Is this for someone special?
Yeah, I
What's
was
my
looking at
friend's
them too.
daughter?
Oh.
My daughter's friend's baby.
Lovely.
Aw.
That's nice. That's always a special gift.
Yeah.
Is this, what's this one? This one is
Is that a Dublin?
Dublin. It looks like
Yeah.
Dublin. I love
but it's
that.
too wide,
No,
the
it's
stripe.
too wide?
that's
Yeah.
not Dublin.
Oh, I have no idea. I kind of just winged it.
Yeah, it's great. Great colors.
And we had a pattern. Oh, that was you. Oh,
Yeah, so
These are lovely.
super
did
cute.
my own measurements, figured out how big I wanted it, and
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that's
Do
really
another one the
cute.
same for us.
So smart.
Was just born.
Very clever.
So cute.
Yeah,
2 of that one.
The
yeah.
back of that too.
Just
Cute.
spectacular.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And what
That's
have we
really
got
cute.
over here? Mm-hmm.
It's a full bag.
They're like Mary Poppins bags. They just keep coming.
I love this bag.
Yeah. Lovely.
I love words on
Mm-hmm.
fabric.
That's one of those Della Rosa.
Oh, one of those little card patterns. They're great.
The ones that always have the most hideous fabric on them.
But yes.
Terrible.
Mhm.
Fabrics are sweet, just
They are.
Yeah.
and easy to do. Usually.
Yeah.
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 Maybe she uses those all over.
Yeah, the colors. I don't know what they're thinking when they put those together.
And now that in your hand is just tape. 5 Ionians brought to.
Oh, those are nice.
Oh, and look at the stitching.
Good idea.
Yeah, there's
Beautiful.
If I
Oh, sweet.
Take 5.
Yeah.
cut them up and
Make a placement.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
So you take 5 fat quarters
quarters.
and you chop them all up the same way, and then you mix and match all the pieces, and you end up with how many placemats?
5.
5.
I only brought 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's great.
If you have 4, you get 4.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Oh.
Oh my god.
Isn't that
adorable?
adorable?
Villa Rosa.
Really?
Yeah.
Back is
Is
very cute.
it? Why don't we have that?
I don't know.
Do better.
That's cute.
That's, oh, fine.
Does it glow? It glows in the dark too, doesn't it?
Does the
Does
purple?
purple? Oh,
Yeah.
looks like it might.
There should
Tammy,
be
that's
one more.
adorable.
I like the
Is there one more in the bag? No.
Should you do your own quilting on it? And that's a tea.
Oh yeah, there's tea in it.
Oh, for heaven's sakes.
And so I used my leftovers from the placemat stuff.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that adorable?
One more.
A nice gift with the tea cozy. Always thinking. Just always thinking here. Wouldn't that be a nice, really nice? Yeah.
Okay, leave it over there.
Yeah. Well done. I love
We'll have
that.
an auction for it later.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
What have we got down here? What have you got? Come on.
It is also not along any of the lines.
Yeah. However, it has been done in what, 2 days?
Oh my gosh.
Tuesday afternoon, I left.
Oh, yeah, Tuesday afternoon. Yeah, that she came in to see us and said she was, yeah, a baby quilt.
I don't understand why you don't have it quilted.
Yeah,
I had to come today so I'm buying backing fabric.
yeah.
That's really nice.
So we
Yeah.
I was at Lowe's Furniture and they had a quilt on the pattern,
so you just figured it out on your own.
It's just half square triangle.
Yeah, yeah. That's great.
And I cut one small one, white one, smaller than I should have, but then I only needed 4 more of thread returning, so then I did 4 at a time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So this is for my friend's daughter's having twins. This is for the girl. And then I'll do the same pattern for the boy.
For the boy.
But
Yeah.
if you say twins, you realize there's only one.
I only started Tuesday.
Yeah, yeah. We gotta give her a break here. Yeah, 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 yeah.
That is nice.
Good choices.
Yeah. Beautiful. What? Oh, I know. I'm gonna get to her stuff here. Okay, Wendy.
All right.
Okay. Can we bring it up? Okay. Okay. Look at this. Here's a good bag for us. Okay.
Oh,
When
this
I
is
travel,
fun.
I love to travel, and when I travel, I always buy fabric where I go. So this
Beautiful.
fabric was actually bought in Arizona.
Oh.
Phoenix, Arizona. And what happened is that it started off with a panel. The squares of the copapellis were a panel that I broke apart.
Okay.
And then I did I think that's a 5 patch. No, it's a 9 patch. That is a 9 patch.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You see it and you flip it.
Yeah.
So it's a 9 patch. I love the 9 patch quilts. So
Gorgeous.
I did this, and then through Leanne's class, we were using different rulers.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I did is the pillow was made to match with the leftover fabric.
Oh.
And that's the
So
back.
there's actually
I
a
love the
zipper in the
back.
back.
Yeah. Beautiful.
So This was given to my daughter in Ottawa.
Oh, lovely.
I was up to see her this past weekend, and I said, I'd like to take that back. So
Just temporarily, right?
Yeah.
And she says, well, I am coming in a couple of weeks, Mom. I'll get it back from you.
Yeah. Well, beautiful. Just gorgeous. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well done on your backing. Gorgeous.
I had to piece that.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
The other thing I've been doing over the last few years is my goal was to make a lap quilt for all of my siblings and my nieces and nephews and my godchildren.
Wow.
So I'm down to I made 5 this year. This is
Yeah,
one.
this is very.
And this was made
Yeah.
from
Oh.
my scraps. My goddaughter loves birds, so it's all birds, winter birds, the bees,
Feathers.
the summer
Birds.
birds.
Hummingbirds.
And so that will go to her.
That
at
it's so
Christmas.
thoughtful.
And
Yeah.
In your family?
Pardon me?
Can I be in your family?
Right.
So I've got 5 more that I'm working, or 4 more that I'm working on, and then after this year I'll have 1 godson left, and he's from Arizona, actually from Phoenix. But he's into, I'm still looking for fabric, because he's into Japanese art and things like that.
Oh, interesting.
So I'll all of a sudden find it
Yeah.
and buy the fabric, and then he'll get it.
Yeah.
Who's this?
Built this yourself?
Yeah, I was
No.
gonna say the sashiko type.
Yeah. Is a
Yeah.
good one.
No, Jane does my my machine quilting,
Yeah.
but I do quite a bit of hand quilting, as Tammy knows
Mhm,
as well.
mhm.
So,
Beautiful.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah.
and
So
I
well
always like
done.
to do most of my lap quilts will be in Minky or have been in Minky.
Mhm.
I've used Fireside as well.
I was going to ask, have you tried the fireside?
I like the Minky better.
Yep. Okay.
Really?
I do.
So what size is that?
It's whatever size would work it.
This one.
I basically I do up the blocks.
Oh, you're
And I do up the blocks, and then
Wasn't even paying attention.
I do my Minky, and I expand it so I get no waste on the Minky, because the Minky is so expensive.
Yeah.
I don't want any waste on it, or as little waste as possible, and then I build it to that. So it's really
Just gorgeous. Wow. Well, I have to say a huge round of applause to everybody for some incredible, inspiring work. Everybody has brought such a unique little piece of themselves, and I think it's incredible. I just love these days now. I really do. I'm so looking forward. It is. So I think we have to give a big thank you to Noreen, who brought them back for us, bringing us all back as a community, which is huge. We get to see what everybody's doing and get inspired.
Yeah, even if you don't necessarily like what somebody has brought for yourself,
Yeah,
there's certainly always some sort of inspiration in it.
exactly. There's just little bits that somebody might take away. And to me, I think that's incredible. I know myself, I have got some orphan blocks at home
You're gonna make a jacket.
that I am thinking I am
make a
going to make a
jacket.
jacket because I'm really inspired by what Tina has done. I
Yeah.
think they're really
Buy
fun.
them in the store.
I was watching the recording of the demo yesterday last night because I didn't, I was busy, and I was going, "Damn you!"
Yeah.
The entire time.
Yes, because I'm thinking about, I don't know if you guys remember, Leanne and I were doing a challenge there a couple of years ago where I think it was it Moda blockheads
Moda.
we were
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah.
And she was doing batiks. I was doing proper fabric.
No bias there.
No, there's none. Anyhow, I still have all my blocks. I haven't done anything with them.
Go.
I could. Oh yeah,
Yep.
that's what I'm thinking. I've got a few, and I was.
You can whip it
So-
up in a couple of hours then. If all the blocks are done,
Yes.
put them all together,
Yep.
chop, chop. And don't be afraid to chop it up,
Right.
right? Like,
Okay.
Don't be afraid to cut it. Yeah. But
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Carefully put together.
Yeah, just cut it up. It's gonna
Okay.
be better. It's gonna be better than.
Yeah, I think it'll be a lot of fun. So,
Everybody remember to get their name in the drawer?
yes, I think we did. I think I got everybody.
Pull first and then you pull.
Okay.
Because we did it the other way yesterday.
Oh, here we did.
Oh, this one. Tammy
right.
made this
I'm
one.
sorry. Yes. Hold on. We have to talk about Tammy's bag. So this is. Do you guys know the Mondo bag that we have? It's a big one. So this is the midi, and Tammy put it together using the friendship braid. So the pattern that, like the interfacing pattern that you have, that's what you used?
Well, yeah, I just figured out what the size of the panel was supposed to be once you put all your 2.5 inch squares together.
Right.
And I just made my French braid to be that size and then put the bag together with it.
Yeah.
Because I was doing it with the scraps that are left over from when we cut charm packs.
So it's this. There's a.
That's
Yeah.
right. So that's what the whole Mondo bag kind of idea.
The panel, it's 4 panels, and it starts here and wraps around like this. So there's nowhere, I mean, you need to match up your intersections, of course, but there's nowhere where you need to really match anything up and get it, you know, the right size up here. Because if you're a little bit off up here, you'll never know that. Yeah, that's the first one I've actually made. I've been meaning to make one for years, and
What did you use for the interface?
I just put like 931 or something on the back, something that's about the same weight as the actual Mondo bag interfacing. Once the French braid was actually done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's beautiful. It's a great
Whenever
one.
Tammy's cutting anything, these are all
Yeah.
the scraps left. Like
I
there's
think
salvage
the
edges and.
salvages, the little strip,
Even
or
this.
when we cut on the fold for fat
For-
quarter.
yeah.
Yep.
Like everything.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's amazing what you can do with all of those bits and pieces. Yeah. Okay. Let's go.
Don't. Oh, I got 2.
Oh, I did that yesterday.
Wendy Bond.
Oh, yay! There we go, Wendy. You're very welcome.
And
Okay.
drum roll.
Eleanor? Yay! There it is.
There you go.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Oh, sorry, guys.
This teapot was made. I don't know. I loved it when Marilyn made it from the Jubilee fabric.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Oh, it was
during the
gorgeous.
Queen's Jubilee. It had little gold carriages on it, so you could use any fabric for it. It's a great hostess gift.
We did it for we did it in the Christmas
Yes.
last 2 years last year, and it was the plaid. It just went like crazy.
It's just a cute little easy
Yeah,
peasy.
it's so easy.
But my tripod isn't that shape.
Doesn't matter.
I think you
covers it.
can.
It's
you
pretty
can,
adjustable.
You can augment that pattern to make it work into different.
It's on a drawstring, so it wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my lid on my teapot's is big.
Oh, good heavens! What size of a brown Betty have you got?
Because it is.
Yeah.
You could. It does go bigger.
Yeah.
It does go quite.
Yeah.
It's this big around and the lid's that size.
It certainly could fit a larger teapot than
Yeah.
that. I don't know about that big though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bring it in next time.
Yeah, and try it. Yeah, you should.
There, I could.
Because I bet you we could fiddle around with that pattern and make it work for you, Beth.
Usually I'm pretty good at that too.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about this one for about 8 months.
Okay. Well, we'll have a look at it. That's a nice challenge. I'll enjoy that. There. Well,
Thursday.
thank you so much, everybody. It has been a wonderful day, a great demo, and it's great to see everybody. You came for a Saturday morning, and it's very much appreciated. Well done.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you. So, who's doing the jacket?